Good evening, brothers and sisters of Biafra. Good evening once again. Wachukwu Emmanuel here tonight, as always, bringing you the evening section of our program, BVI International Europe. You are all welcomed from wherever you might be listening. May the Spirit of the Lord Almighty guide and protect you in all you do. Tonight, as always, we are here only to just discuss about our quest for Biafra. That is what we do, and we will continue to do that. We are grateful tonight that the camera is on again, but this is not the actual camera we want to use, but at the same time, it makes no difference. The most important thing is that the voice is heard, the people can call in, the people can make their own voices heard, and we can relate any news that we have for the Biafran men and women. Tonight, we are going to deal, among other things, issues that we are bringing out and the ones that you have for us, because we are on it together and we are doing this job as brothers. At the moment, what I have in place or in stock for this evening is just a reminder of where we're going. That is about the meeting in Spain. Like I always do, I remind people to know that it is getting to time. The time is at hand for this meeting. Somebody is calling in before we start, but we still have to pick it. It's not a problem. We must have to pick any call that comes when they come, and we get on with it. Hello? Hello?
It is good.
Hello, please. Can you please turn your listening device down? We are live and we are on here right now. I hope you are our brother Onyeka. You are there. Please, No, he went away. That is, maybe it's a network problem or something else, but I don't know. But I still have to carry on. So, like I was saying, we are going to discuss always, like we do, among other things, our discussion and yours, so that we can always bring ourselves to the knowledge of knowing what is going on the movement, no matter how far one is. The call is coming back again, and we have to pick it up. Hello, if you are there, please, can you please answer? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, good evening, Onyeka.
Hello?
Yeah, good evening, Onyeka. You are welcome to the program. We are just about to commence, and you are live
Yeah.
on the evening broadcast.
We are two persons.
The line went off again, brothers and sisters. I don't know why the line is going off and on, but there's another brother who was also with him. I hope they come back again, because we always need you to make our program successful. It is because you are there that we are here, like I always say. And that remains the fact. We hope our brother Onyeka comes back. But before then, we will still continue to bring you the reminder for the meeting in Spain. The time is coming and we have to be prepared. We are ready and we really want to make it happen and successful, because there is an agenda that I am, like I always say, very interested on. We are going to see how possible it's going to take us to make sure, or to be able to call for a referendum come 2015. That should be a target. And this target, we can achieve it if we work for it and work towards it. The meeting, like you know, is going to be held in Barcelona. The information has been set out there and is also on our website, www.bvi minus Europe.de.tl. If you go there on our website, you check out the forum page. On the forum page, you are going to get that information. This call is coming back again. I'm picking it up. Hello, please. I don't know why the line is cutting off, but you are now live, Onyeka. That is bad. That is absolutely bad. That is bad. And we are using only one Skype line today because the other Skype line is not functioning with the whole machine on it. That is why we are using this very camera tonight. But by the grace of God, like we always get it done, we are also going to get it done this evening. And we promise you that and ask you to stay with us. Whatever you see happening is just a little temptations to what man have seen in life, and we always overcome them. So we have no problem when things don't work out so effectively. I will go on to make the very important announcement that I have already started about the meeting in Spain. It is going to be 24th, 25th, and 26th, like you all already knows. And I am happy now every day coming closer to the date of this meeting because I know about a very reasonable and important agenda that is included on the program of this meeting, and which I think is our best route and the fastest way out to achieve Biafra come 2015. We don't have to, I know I've been talking to people, even the people on the same shoes with me, who believes also on non-violence means of achieving Biafra. But also it is difficult for people to think about how possible it's going to be with the method of looking for or searching for a true referendum. We know that nothing comes easy, but we don't have to relent. We must give all our best because we have a chance for that. We have to use all possible means, explore all possible chances that we see is going to help us achieve Biafra. And this referendum for now is something that we can get to considering the events on the ground in Nigeria and considering how it's going to look like come 2015. We believe this opportunity of a referendum is going to come just like it came for the people of Crimea. Their referendum was not as matter of a judicial movement or a legislative movement. The call is coming again, but I don't know why it's calling off. I'm taking it again, brothers and sisters. Hello, are you there? I hope the line doesn't cut now. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? If you are there, I think our brother, Mr. Okay, Michael is not there. Onyeka, you are there. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Please, okay, your device is off a little bit. We are just beginning the program like I told you before, so you can make your opening remarks and then I continue with a little information I'm trying to give out before we carry on.
Okay. Um. Good afternoon. Good morning. Good evening, my fellow Biafrans, wherever you are in this world. I want to use this opportunity once again to welcome each and every one of us to this today broadcast. As you know, BVI Biafra Voice International, aka Voice of Biafra, is the only place right now where you can hear the truth, where you can be motivated, where everything about the struggle both the hidden and the open, is unveiled to everybody. Brothers and sisters, I want you, anywhere you are today, call your friends, call your brother, call your sister, because it's another time. It's another broadcast of revelation. It's another broadcast of education. It's another broadcast where you will know what you don't know about what is happening in this struggle. I want you to come closer to us and listen to what we have to say today. Welcome once again.
Thank you very much. That was our brother there, Onyeka. His staying put and to help run this very program. We salute you very well. Every day as you come, we are always interested in knowing what you have for us because you are part of the movement of the struggle. Like I was making an announcement before you came in, I was only trying to emphasize more again on the point of the meeting and the agenda that most interests me that is going to be included among the topics on the meeting. That is about how can we get to a point of referendum. That is one thing that we have to put in mind now, and we want to get this come 2015. So I also always ask, I have been asking the question since yesterday, if we have a deadline, somebody or other groups calling for war come 2015, and we are calling for a vote 2015, which way do you want to go? Would you like to lose your life for things you can get easily if we are together and united? That is the question I will leave for our brothers. So now I am passing you over to Nyeka. If you have anything to talk about before we bring down the topic for the night, for this night, yeah, thank you.
Oh, okay, that's good. Fellow friends, getting to a referendum in a struggle like this, our own, I think we've done much to ask for a referendum. I think there is nothing, there is no right, there is nothing left unfulfilled as a people, as a nation, and as people who are under serious enslavement in a certain contraption of a country. I think we have fulfilled all acts needed for a country to get its own referendum. First of all, is that at the time there was a war, and this war came up due to a certain mistreatment, a certain disengagement, a certain wickedness, a certain way a particular ethnic minority in a certain country is being treated. They were treated not just as slaves, but something worse than slaves in the country they call them own. Right now, we as a people are regarded as a third-class citizen in the country we call our own. Is this not enough to say we want to go? Is this not enough to say we are tired? During the war, before the war of 1967 to 1970, the same thing that we are happening today, we are happening then. Many of us were killed. Many were massacred. They were killed in their hundreds. Our daughters and our mothers were raped. Some were they sneaked in hot irons in their private system after raping them. All these atrocities are what were meted against Biafrans during those days. So, looking to the enormity of the offense and the evil committed against our people as Biafrans, any right-thinking man, any person that loves his life, any person that believes that in a new Biafra there will be peace, Any person that believes in the peaceful upbringing of his offspring, especially parents, should seek for Biafra, because it is now clear that Nigeria, we Biafrans are not part of Nigeria. They came to our place, they took everything we have, our oil. They took our oil, they took everything. We didn't argue, we didn't ask them any question. But the worst part of it is that after they took this thing, they take it to their place. They could even come back to control the remaining that is left for us. Then they go back to where they are, the north, and they start killing us. That means that they don't want our existence. They want to erase this particular ethnic minority or ethnic group from the face of the earth. What are we still waiting for to say we are tired? We can't continue living in this fraud. We can't continue living in this contraption called Nigeria. In as much free. But, okay, let me go to this particular way now. We fought. And during this war, many of us were killed. Our fathers, our parents, our mothers, our brothers and sisters. All of them were killed in this process. Is this not enough for the United Nations, for the African Union, for the entire world to come to our aid and say these people need to be on their own? They need to go. They need to manage their resources as God has given it to them.
Yeah, Onyeka, excuse me, my brother. Let me ask, yeah, this is enough, but we have to make our point. And that is what the struggle is all about. So now what we are talking about is how do we do? What else can we do to lead to make our point? We know that they know the story. Even if they know the story, it's for us to come out with the story and to put it on the table. What are the things we are going to do from this time to be able to get to that point by 2015, based on, because actually you can see I discussed with people who also support, who accept non-violence, but they find it difficult to when you look at how people come up to the point of referendum, like what happened in Scotland. It's not a thing of today. It took them so many years to come to that point. So now we have only, and our people, like I said, we need this Biafra as soon as possible, before even or within the cycle of 2015, because of what is happening in the nation. It is not worth living anymore. So the point now is how, with where we are standing, how everything is, with the confusion also in our struggle. I want you to put everything together and start from this very point now to say, this is what you think. We can go, when you look at the whole, how we stand, the whole thing going on, the whole movement, how we have disgraced ourselves, how we have insulted ourselves, and how we want to make amendments. You put everything into you put them all together, and you try to see if you can work out. Also, for the people who are listening, anybody who has idea how we can work it out from this time to 2015 to come to a point where we can get to referendum. You consider the points that referendum, you get it through judiciary, through legislative, and another means too, through massive protest, depending on what happened in the country. Example, like Crimea. They have no, it was not legislative, it was not what judiciary, but it was something that come up promptly, impromptu, and they had to use it that very chance, and they grabbed it and they made it. You understand? Okay, I want you to just try to see if you can work something out for us here, based on how we stand, what we are doing on the ground, and the time limit, if it's possible for us to come to, and the kind of measures we should take to be able to get to that point. That is what we are trying to work out, what next to do. How can we fight to get to that point? You can go on.
When it comes to that particular questions, what we have to do in order to reach to this stage of referendum.
Come 2015. We have a deadline.
Come 2015. That is, as you said, as soon as possible.
Good.
Because 2015 you're talking about is not far.
Yes.
It's a matter of 4 months. We'll be in 2015. But let me be very sincere that it won't be easy.
Yeah.
It won't be that close. Even if we fight, even if we do it in every means, it won't be close. It will take a long time for us to reach there. But first of all, we are talking about referendum.
I still want you to put in consideration
Yeah, yeah,
what
we're
the
talking about. I
situation,
understand.
listen, the situation the country, everybody envisage the country might be in 2015. You, when you take that into consideration, then you come and again walk into what happened in Crimea. The possibility Crimea did not look for a referendum for years. It took them only a couple of months because of circumstances. I want us to get that into our head that we can still use that idea. Because we have a circumstance to come up 2015 that is serious. So I want us to see what do we have to do so that when this circumstance arises, we can grab it to call for that.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Actually, that is where I'm going right
Okay.
away.
Yeah. Go on.
I said, first of all, before we start talking about referendum, we first of all look at
Okay.
who we are as a people. Look at what is happening in the struggle. How many people believe in the struggle? How many people have the same ideology as you have? If you look at the things the way it is today, you will see that most of us doesn't or didn't believe in this struggle. Some has even option out before we started. You understand me? So we are not going to referendum divided. It's not possible.
Yeah.
There's no way we will go to referendum divided.
We don't want a no answer like Scotland.
Huh?
We will not want a no answer like Scotland.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. We can't get, and then too, it is not we that are in abroad. It is not we, like me in America,
Yeah.
or the other people in Holland,
Yeah.
or those people in Indonesia, or those people in Malaysia. They are not the people that are going to vote.
Yeah.
The main people that are needed are those people, the grassroots. How much did they know about this struggle?
Yeah.
How much have you sensitized them about this struggle? Do you think that what you're taught is equal to their own? So first of all is, before we talk of going to referendum, that's why I said it's still gonna take much time. Because first is that we are not yet unified. There are still a lot of trouble in the struggle. You hear someone talking a different thing, you hear someone believing in the other person, and the other person is not believing in the same person. We have enemy within ourselves. And this enemy is an obstacle. Is a serious obstacle for whatever we wish in ourselves.
So what do
It
you
will be
think? That is
very,
that
very
question. That
difficult
is that
for us to
question.
face it.
That is that question. What are we going to do? What do you think we can do to be able to work out this? There's nothing. Listen, I believe in something. I believe in one word of God that says there's nothing is impossible. There's nothing impossible. You can do anything. It depends on how well and how willing are you. I believe we have no time, but at the same time, we have the whole time to do it. Like I said, no matter what, the only thing we are talking about, like I understand what they are talking about, is the division among us. But that decision is what I want you now to start talking about. How do we plan to get that division rectified and carry on? We have a platform now for a
Uh,
meeting
uh,
in
uh,
Spain.
Actually, it will not be easy.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy no
It will
matter
not,
what.
it will not be easy bringing our people together because they
Somebody
are
is
scattered.
calling, but excuse
And the
me,
two,
somebody is calling, but I don't
and the
know.
two, most of them have,
Hello?
most of them.
Somebody is calling, but I don't know if I can bring him. Oh, two of you went out at the same time. That is worst now. But I think, let me see if I can get this our brother who tried to call in because the line cannot. Hello, are you there? If you are hearing me, I think that is our brother, Mr. Valentine.
Yes, I'm
Osuala.
here. I'm
Yeah.
here,
Thank
William.
you very much. Mr. Valentine Osuala is with us now from London, I suppose. So you can go on with any contribution you wish to make.
Yes, thank you very much. Good evening to you, and good evening to all Biafrans worldwide. I am Valo Swala, as Emmanuel Nwachukwu rightly said. Comrade Nwachukwu, you are doing a wonderful work. I must be very candid. I am very happy to be here uh, this evening to join my fellow Biafrans once more to iron out and discuss about our quest to restore our beloved homeland. I overheard a fellow comrade talking about that the path to referendum might be is a good idea, and that he feels that the only problem is that we have divisions. I quite agree with him. I don't know if the voice I was hearing it sounded like that of Steve Ipa.
No, it
If
was
he was
not.
the one,
It
I
was
don't know,
not.
but
It was not. It
I
was
quite
not
agree with
Steve.
him.
It was not Steve. It's Onyeka from United States.
All right, okay, Onyeka. Okay, almost.
Oh, sorry, brothers. We are losing him there, but we are not going to lose him
I
finally.
also agree with you, Comrade Nwachukwu, that we can we have identified the problems. Okay,
Go on. The
so
line is
we have identified the problems, and we can surmount.
the line is bad. The line is bad, brothers and sisters, but we are going to get him back.
We can surmount the problem. The problem is that when the struggle started, um, we started with trying to unify our brothers and sisters both in the diaspora and inside Biafra land. That was the intention. While we were still trying to unify this huge family that are all over the world, certain of our fellow colleagues started to pick holes in beginning to fight, having an internal struggle or squabble over issues that are very trivial. In every family, you are going to have people that will quarrel.
Sorry, brothers and sisters, he's coming back, so you just bear with us.
Have some people amongst fellow Biafrans have chosen and decided that the only pathway to restoring Biafra is through military means. And many of others have said there are other means that other nations are using. So wait a minute, why can't we first explore these other peaceful means that are available? After all, we are in 2014. And what we need to do is continue to evangelize. We will continue to evangelize and convince most of our fellow Biafrans that there are other options, and these options, as we saw what happened in Scotland, are viable. And so the evangelism has to start wherever you are, even if it is one or two people you are able to convince about the fact that we could go and get our nation or restore our nation through a peaceful means by either going to getting a referendum. You have done a wonderful work. So we need to start. It is hard to convince people, but our people are also in a state of confusion. So we need to have stronger arguments. While I do not completely disagree
with those who say military option is the only option. I agree with them that there is a need to have a security.
That is little break in transmission, but I hope he's going to be back.
Say for one that is that would taking into consideration that we are people that have gone through a very bloody civil war 3 years and we lost.
That line is not helping us. Maybe we'll let that line call back again before we see if we can get it clear. Yes, it's calling back again. Let's see what happens this time. Okay, you are back. Go on. Hello, do you hear me? Are you hearing me?
Most of us live in first world society. Some of us live in very progressive
Oh man, I don't know what is happening. Brothers and sisters, I would like you to wait a minute. I am going to. It's like I'm going to change the system I'm using to receive to see if I can use another system to receive. But meanwhile, you go on. Maybe I try to do something quick. You go
Okay.
on.
Thank you. Thank you, my friend.
God, that is not working.
So, like, like I was saying, comrade,
Yeah, go on. Oh man, that's not going to allow us to say anything. So let me see if I can get something done fast here. Ooh.
comrade, I don't know if I should still go on or if I should stop.
Is there anything happening, brother? You can still go. You can go on. Go on. I think it's a little bit steady. Go on while I try to
Okay.
get some other connection here.
Thank you. So, fellow Biafrans, wherever you're listening, let me just remind you that
Okay, I think that line will not help us. If
Germany, and I'm joining in from London to kind of elaborate on what brother from the United States, fellow comrade, had initiated. Every Biafran needs to pull together, do our own little bit to try to evangelize and inform our citizens wherever they may be that we could do this, we could restore our nation, our homeland, using a peaceful means. You saw how the Scots
that is not going to help us at all. That is bad. I have to.
in getting their independence. So it is an option that has been used by other nations to achieve their independence, and it's not going to be different for Biafra. We need to focus on that. At the same time, work together with all Biafrans, both in diaspora and in the Biafra land itself as well, so that we can move towards that direction. Anything that could avoid bloodshed, we should support. That's what I have to say about that. Another aspect that really bothers me much is when I hear fellow Biafrans try to advocate an exclusionist agenda where you want to exclude certain Biafrans because of their opinion that they hold dear. And on the other hand, you say you want to have a Biafra that allows every man, woman.
That line is absolutely bad. Absolutely bad.
We need a Biafra where every man and woman will be equal before God and the law. then we should continue with that very building of bridges to unify Biafrans, irrespective of their geographic location, and also Biafran to Biafran. This is no time to start excluding anyone. I quite agree that some of our fellow Biafrans have done things in the past that are not does not reflect our values. When you talk about these, the names like Owasile there will come up because of the way he turned the struggle against the Biafran.
The line is absolutely bad. Now I am going to advise our listeners.
Intimidating, blackmailing, and physical his fellow citizens. At the same time,
That line is very bad. I advise our brothers, if you want to call, you can use our second Skype now because it's working. The BVI Germany, all in capital. If you call in, I'm going to pick it up. I don't think the Biafra C is working up normal as we expect this night, but I suggest you use the BVI, then a space, not a minus, just BVI. You make a space and you write Germany, all in capital. If you call us on that very platform now, we are going to receive you. I'm trying to see if I get back our brother. If he still need to speak with us, he can call us on that very line and I will receive him. But at the same time, we are going on because I think we are going to make a headway if we try to make our people understand that there is other means, like our brother was trying to reiterate there, there's other means and so many other means for us to get our independence. And like me and like so many other Biafrans who also believe in the peaceful means of achieving our aim, they are also so impatient like me to wait for maybe 15 years or 20 years for a court case. We know the reason and the achievement of the court case so far. It has given us a foundation on the ground. It has given us hope and the freedom for our people back home to be able to carry the banners of Biafra, to open offices, and to be able to do their campaigns in peace without no harassment or restrictions by the Nigerian authority. Because we are legal, we can function on the ground. But now we have to work in other ways to make sure we push forward this very struggle the most active way we think we can. It is left for all of us to put our heads together. You bring your ideas, I bring my ideas, and we try to work something out. I don't know if I'm... Hello?
hello.
Yeah, I got you. It's good, and it's good now that you come from this other Skype, and I promise you we are not going to be losing you again.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Go on.
Yes. Like I was saying, thank you once more, and thank you for the wonderful work you're doing for us. Like I was saying, this struggle can be gotten, our request can be achieved in a very peaceful means. East Timor got independence through that means. The Czech Republic got US through a peaceful means. And so we can get ours as well through a peaceful means. So it's important that Yeah. So I would, that's what I would say that that aspect that is really very important that I use the opportunity to address as well is the fact where certain people, certain comrades will fall in and say and begin to advocate in our sister station RBL, which is also doing a marvel of work as informing our people. But it's important to caution on some of our comrades that call in or have that very belief that we should start to run efforts, we should not use in this country. Let us be very frank. We haven't gotten enough. We are still in the process of getting things together. So we cannot at time to start excluding people. You know, we can't start now excluding people. What we need to do is to try and get as many people as possible to come on board. I do not share that idea of beginning now to begin to exclude people and say they are not Biafrans because of the opinion they hold. We say that we want to have a nation that is based on the rule of law, where every man and woman, child, adult, able and disabled are equal before God and before the law. Now, it will be a contradiction if we begin to exclude people because of the opinions they hold, or they have different ideology different from yours. I would like to call on some of our brothers, fellow Biafrans, who are also doing a wonderful work. They are using the other outlet media, our sister station RBL, to promote this very exclusionist agenda. I would like to caution them. I love them as fellow comrades and they are doing a wonderful work, but I don't think excluding any Biafran at this point in time is right. You might say that the Council of Elders is not representative of the different ethnic nationalities in Biafra as of today. I agree with you, but they have gone and have made an improvement. When they started, they were not that diverse. Everyone is welcome. As somebody from the Shekiri comes on board, an elder who the Shekiri people feel is worthy of calling and being called an elder, they can join me. If an elder from Europe comes in and somebody that is worthy to be called an elder, they will join me. If an elder from Europe, an elder from the axes of whom we know the Igans, and also their normal axis comes in and they are worthy, just like Colonel is, they are welcome. If somebody from Calabari or Opobo comes in and they are ready to be called elders, they are welcome. I wouldn't join issues in agreeing with anyone that those who are now in the council of elders are not worthy to be in the council of elders. That would be wrong. The Chiku is a blood child of the late former president of Biafra. No matter what anybody, whether anybody likes it or not, he is a blood son. He is the son of the late Ujemba. May so rest in peace. And then, after he fought in that very war, he put his life on the line to protect and defend our people between 1967 and 70. I wouldn't join anyone, I wouldn't agree with anyone that he is not worthy to be called an elder. I wouldn't agree. No matter whether you live in the moon or you live in Venus, it will take you a lot to convince. You won't even convince me because what he has done, you can't even do it. So let us not go there. Every person is important. If any elder comes from any of the other speaking parts of Biafra, the door is open. There There is nobody is having any exclusionist agenda. The elders are not into that exclusionist agenda. They are not advocating exclusionism. Rather, they are building bridges. And we should also build bridges because we haven't gotten the number. We need to convince our people. We need to get our people in. We need to let them know what is going on. We need to let them know that it is time to make the move. And we need to have a long-term plan. I think to simply have a short-term plan is not good enough. It's not good enough. We need to have a long-term plan because most of us have listened to so many Biafrans. They are into this struggle for the sake of their children. And if it comes in their lifetime, it will be a bonus. It means we need to use wisdom. And we need to have a long-term plan. After 2015, it doesn't happen. I'm not saying it won't. If it doesn't happen, what do you do?
We go to plan
There has to
B.
be.
Yeah, we have to have the first plan to 2015. Then after that, we have to think over that too. That is have plan B. If this doesn't work, what else do you do? Not going to kill ourselves will not result anything at all, no matter what and when. So go on.
Thank you. Thank you. Because to begin to tell a young person like my son that's 11 years old that is either we have Biafra or everybody dies, I don't think he want to go to such a place. I don't see how I'm going to sell that to him. Okay? I can't sell that to him. So if I can't sell that to my 11-year-old son, how am I going to sell it to a fellow matured Biafran adult? How? So we have to be very rational about these things. And it's important also that we respect each other, please. There are examples all around us. We just concluded Scotland referendum is a perfect example. They have gotten on with their lives again now. They are living in the same place. We are not going to move the location of Scotland in the northern Scotland away from the southern part of Scotland. They are all one country. They are getting on with their life, and this is why there has to be some level of a great level of civility. And the only way we can do this, brothers and sisters, wherever you are listening, and I must at this juncture remind you guys, wherever you are listening, that you are listening to Biafra Voice International. Today is the 27th of September 2014. This is not a recorded version, this is live, and you should feel free to call in and join. Your ideas are welcome. I am joining in from London to join our comrade comrade Lachiku who is in Hanover anchoring this program. Hanover is in Germany. So please feel free whenever you may be to call in. I don't want to be the only one with him. It's a forum for every one of us. So feel free to call in and bring your own ideas as well. I would like to thank the comrade. You are doing a wonderful job. And I just will stop now and also listen and see if there's anything you want to add or if there's someone else who has called in to join us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm very pleased to hear from you. That is our brother there who always assists this program like we would like any of you to do, because we are all in it together and we are fighting just one cause. Like you heard from him there are so many things we have to take into consideration. We have to have a plan A and a plan B. There's no mission that you go with only one system of doing it. If you go with a system, if that plan fails, what do you do? So in this case, and in a search like this, I think the last option you have to consider is the option of war. So that is something we just need to put behind this very time and move forward to other options first of all. But when it comes to the aspect of defending ourselves, I assure you all, brothers and sisters, our people are always ready to defend ourselves when an attack comes upon us. But we are not going to start any war. We are at this point, or at any point, if God help us. So what we are willing to do is to explore other means, so many means, like the long-term plan can be the plan we said there with our court case moving on to the next 10 years. Like he said, you can be hoping to achieve this Biafra for the benefit of your children. That is a good work from a father to a child. If we make it in our own time, better and the best for us, then means we don't need to only think about Biafra coming next year. If it doesn't come next year, we blow down the whole place. I also said in the afternoon I had a little I made a little transmission this morning where I also said, when somebody makes that comment, if you don't give us Biafra, we blow this out, we blow this down. Have you asked a question? Have you sent a delegate? Have you asked somebody for something before you come to the point that he's not giving you that thing? You are not even making any plans of asking this question. That is very bad. You cannot expect that they will listen to what we have, the broadcast we have on air, and they call us, please come, before the fear I have for you, take your Biafra. Nobody does it that way. If you are talking about what you are going to do, if they don't do this, you have to start asking questions. You start by dialogue. When you say you are not, like today, I think there's a lot of contradictions, and I think it's because our brothers, maybe they are beginning to come to their senses in a nonsensible way. I don't know how to make it, because I see people coming to their senses in a nonsensible way. I don't understand it. The Ucheme for today, I listened to him. He complained. He said that they are open to dialogue. I don't know why he said that, because there's a forum, a platform for dialogue, for reconciliation. He doesn't want it. So I don't understand what it means by saying they are open for dialogue. And at the same time today, if you people listen to yesterday's broadcast, he also said they are having all options on the table. If you want to go political means, if you want to go by court, if you want to go by diplomatic, if you want to go by war, they accept all. But they don't accept the court case. You know, you don't contradict your own statement immediately you are making it. You say you support every means of our actualization of Biafra, but even the political means. If somebody listened to that program, maybe I am mistaken, but I think I understood and I heard it very well, because I put them down, I listened to them time and time again, I get them clear. This contradiction should not be. We are not rejecting anybody. No matter whatever happens, they still belong to our brothers as Biafrans. They still belong to Biafran nation, and we are all brothers. No matter whatever happens, Biafra come by any means tomorrow, we are all going to be there together. There's no need to say you are an Hausa man, that you are working for this man, when you know that is completely false. There is no need again. I said it, I keep saying it, the meeting in Spain is for reconciliation and not for judgment. It is a time where you can prove any good thing that you have done for the Biafran people. We take it over and we move on from there. That is the agenda. And we want to discuss. For me, it is important. For the people for the fact that they need Biafra as soon as possible, accept the agenda of going to war. We are trying another possibility where we can come to that same point, 2015, to call for a referendum, which I also believe is very possible. If we can come from the 27th to be one united Biafran people, and start to plan, because on that day so many heads, so many new ideas will come. We have not even started planning, because people are not even there at this moment. When Biafrans will come into the struggle, you will understand what I'm saying. The plans will come, and you will see that we get to that point of referendum 2015, with all based on the circumstances. I like what is happening today, because we don't have far examples. We have examples that just happened within this year. We can look upon to say these things are possible. The Crimean referendum was not as a result of a legislative move or judicial move. It was an act of necessity that come up because of circumstances they felt on the ground in their nation at that time. They grabbed it. And this, our own now self, is even better, that we can foresee These circumstances, just a little bit equivalent to what happened in Crimea. Although theirs wasn't a time of election, but circumstances doesn't come. The meanings come are the same, but they don't come the same way. Crimea is not Biafra. The situation they had before that uproar come up is not the situation we are going to have 2015. But we are seeing it, and we know with the condition we see things today, there is going to be a little, if not a very big confusion. Even a little confusion, we can grab it. That's what I mean. And we can only do that if we come together, if we start now to start planning. At the same time, we still have that plan B in case, because we can't say we are going to do it and it's going to be perfect. You don't plan like that. What we are doing is hoping and believing that we are going to do it 2015. In case our belief fails us, we are not losers. We keep planning because we already have an agenda above that time. So, brothers and sisters, Wachukwu Emmanuel, I am here. I'm speaking every day. I'm calling just for the peace of the whole Biafran people and the unification. That is my own job. When the time comes, you will not see me again. You will not hear about me again, because I'll be behind and supporting the very way I'm doing it till we get Biafra. Or maybe I'll be here broadcasting if you people give me the permission to keep going. And that time, I promise you are going to train me a little bit more, because I'm not a professional in this. So that will be the only thing you will do for me. So, brothers and sisters, our lines are open. As I said, BVI International Europe. Our Skype remains BVI Germany, all in capital with a gap. The Biafran C is not working perfectly this evening. We have a lot of hitches when I put it on, so maybe you can try from there if that's the one you know. We will see how it works out, but I will advise you better the BVI Germany all in capital to get connected, and our landline remains 0049-511-5391642. If you go to our website, the new website is www.bvi-europe.de.tl. The only difference between the other one is minus Germany. Here now is minus Europe.de.tl. When you come there, you will be amazed. We have lots of information, news, and of course entertainment for you, because that won't go away in our life, because we want to drive this boat in peace to peace. So, brothers and sisters, Wachukwu Emmanuel, I'm here. Come to the website. You have the platform of the forum where you can be able to get in touch with information about the meeting in Spain, which is also very, very important and crucial to us. The only chance we have to come together, but not the only chance we have to win Biafra. It's just a chance that nobody misses out. Because if you're there, you're not there, we are going to be successful. So, brothers and sisters, I don't know if our brother have anything to add, or I can just go on and entertain them a little bit with music, waiting for people to call in.
Okay. Let me just yes.
Go on. The line
yes.
is
Let me just briefly come in and say that you are quite right with everything. All your submissions are right. I'm just going to remind our people once again that there is a number of nations that have made it through peaceful means. So it is possible. The biggest task that is facing us is that of organizing ourselves. If we can organize ourselves very well, then we would have solved 50% of the challenges that we face as a people. From 1970, since the end of the Civil War, our people have been scattered both within Biafra land and in diaspora like ships without a shepherd. This has gone on for too long, And so you can understand how difficult it is to gather all these people together again as a flock. So let us not kid ourselves and think it's going to be easy to gather ourselves together. Because in these 44 years, which is not 44 days, not 44 weeks, our people have assimilated so many kinds of different way of life. Some of them are not the right ways of life, but that is what they now know. You need to now take off these bad behaviors away from them. And the only tool we have is persuasion. Because we are a people who don't believe in using force to change people. We believe in telling you the truth. On Biafran Voice International, we share the same value as our sister nation, Radio Biafra, in saying that the truth will set you free, and that everything for us is life. We believe in the sanctity of human life. We have in that Biafran geographical location, all those entities that fall into that geographical location, we share a similar value. We have a history that the world knows about. 1967 to 70 is not a fabrication, it's a fact. We didn't make it up. And we didn't ask for that to befall us. We were simply living the life the way we have always known it according to our forefathers. And we are being chased like rats and killed, and they had no other option but to defend themselves. Every other nation in the world does the same. So what they did between 67 to 70 is not an anomaly. Rather, it's a normal way or a normal reaction. When anybody wants to kill you, you will run for your life. And when you run to a certain extent, you begin to defend yourself because you have no other place to run. We went into our homeland and they came. The Biafrans didn't start that very conflict. The Biafrans were defending themselves because war was brought upon us by Yakubu Gowon and his gang of Nigerian army men and women who were hungry for power. That is a fact. The world knows about it. Now, the world also knows that these very subjugation, these sanctions against our people have continued. If it didn't continue, why did it take 44 years before we got an international airport at the core city of the former Biafran state? Why is it that none of the seaports in Biafra land is viable? Why must we leave the seaport in Calabar and the seaport in Rivers, and our people will have to go and travel by road for 8 hours to get to Lagos to go and import things? That is economic sanction. What about the educational sanction? How many federal-owned universities do we have in the Biafran territory? Now, when was the last time a Biafran became a chief of army staff or led the security position, highest security position, apart from just recently when another Biafran became the president of Nigeria? These are all facts. So the facts are just there for anybody that wants to see it. We have to accept also that we have some of us who are unfortunately Biafrans, who are willing to sell us for any price because we have been brainwashed to think that money will buy them everything. So, my fellow Biafrans, wherever you may be, I myself here, Valenzuela, and my comrade, we do not claim to know everything. And we will never claim that we know everything. What we will tell you is that we have an open mind, we are willing to learn from you, and we hope that you will learn. When we are erring, when we are making mistakes or we are committing blunders, feel free to tell us that we are making mistakes. We
We want to listen to you. We want to work with you as partners. We don't want to lead you. We cannot live in the first world and see how they have used international best practices to improve their lifestyles and give themselves some quality of life, and then we say we will not adopt the same. The director of Radio Biafra is presently in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. He is doing a wonderful job in Nnamdi Kanu. I disagree with him in the pathway he has chosen, but I'm not going to diminish the effort he has put and the wonderful job he's doing. We at Biafran Voice International, we always appreciate every Biafran that is doing a just job. We will appreciate. If you've done something good, we will say you've done it. If you are ill, we will also tell you you're ill. I know Nnamdi Kanu in person. I know he's doing a wonderful job spreading the news, but he is now having a narrow approach as to where Biafrans want to go. He should open up and have an open mind. The same way he was all inclusive at the initial stage where he used to go back. He's doing a wonderful job. He went and had a radio interview at a station in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia, where he told the Malaysian government in very clear terms, the Biafrans are coming to a country running away from hopelessness, misery, poverty, persecution, subjugation, discrimination, unemployment. Name all the vices any society will think of. That's what they are running away from. Please protect them according to the United Nations Charter on Human Rights. They are presently stateless. Assume that they are stateless and protect them. Please do not harm them. So Nnamdi Kanu has done a wonderful job. If that interview would convince the Malaysian government to begin to have a rethink on the citizens of Biafra, then that is wonderful. And this is what our legal arm should be doing. Trying to protect the interests of Biafrans wherever they may be. Okay? But we need, and I say again, Nnamdi, if you are listening, and I know you're going to, some of your colleagues will let you know, we need to adopt international best practice. That is what helped Malaysia where you are presently to get to where they are. That is what helped Singapore to get to where they are. That is what is helping South Africa to get to where they are. In most of the countries in the first world where our people are residing, that is why our people are residing there, because international best practice allows them to be seen as human beings with a right. A right to housing, a right to work, a right to live, earn a wage, rear families, bring up their kids, have competitive health, have an education that is sustained. If these international best practices has helped these societies to become what they are, and even accommodate us even though we are not their citizens, then it will also be good for Biafra. In order to convince our fellow Biafrans that we mean well and that we want to do a just Biafra, we need to start from how we organize the citizens, Biafran citizens movement. We need to adapt this very approach so that our brothers and sisters who are disillusioned will begin to believe us. There has to be transparency and accountability in our funding. There has to be you have to be accountable to the Biafran people. If we have a project that we've set up to finance, let us start and finish it. Let the Biafrans who are contributing for it be told, not on air, but through the various meetings they attend. If they have questions, the questions can be answered, and they will have confidence that they are not being taken for a ride. If we do this, most of our people will come up and join us. The burden of financing the struggle will be lesser. We will unify more Biafran in this big Biafran family. We are talking about a country here. a country that's almost about 20 to 30 million. So this is huge. Let us not trivialize it. I'm begging you, please. I will stop here again and allow the community to continue. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, there. You have heard it. I am always pleased, like I always say, to hear from our brother, Mr. Valentine, because it takes a lot to see people who have the courage and the knowledge. One thing is to have the knowledge, and another thing is to have the courage. Because I understand today there is a lot of people who are beginning to gain their consciousness back, but the courage is not there to come out. Maybe sometimes out of the same, somebody coming in from the code, or sometimes too because of the shame. They don't want to show up again because they have stand on the other side and thrown insult and thrown all kind of nonsense words on people that when they change now, it's difficult for them to come online and say this, that again. But that should be by the way anyway. If you think you are looking for something bigger than that, and that's what we are looking for. So nobody's above mistake. The thing is, I don't know, is M.O. Kano who said it. Say first fool no be fool, but now second fool now be proper foolish. You only need to caution yourself not to make mistakes again. What we are saying and what I'm always emphasizing is we are not bounding or dropping anybody. But people should desist from any statements, all those statements that will always continue to lead to division among ourselves. I see it continuing every day, every night. When our sister network station, the RBL, they call a lot of names, and they have just decided that there is no more forgiveness for the other side of the people, because they have concluded that these people have sinned, and sinned even against the Holy Ghost, that they require no more, or they don't need they don't need any more forgiveness. They can't get any more forgiveness from them. That is wrong, and that is completely and absolutely wrong. I am happy today that our brother, who is the coordinator too in the RBL in London. I've always forget his name. What's that his name again? Clifford Iruanya. Like I said, this is people understanding themselves. I don't know why they are understanding themselves as if they are not understanding themselves. I don't know the English word for it, but it's somebody who said he acknowledged the fact today that the Supreme Council of Elders, when he knew them, they were 9 in number, coming from all one language speaking area. Then they added one man again, coming from one language area. And they added 2 people coming from different languages now. He made this confirmation, and I was glad about it. And Uchemefo again, although they are trying to castigate these things, they are bringing out the points. He made it again to make the Clifford to know that when it all started, he was there, Nnamdi was there, and the agenda was to expand these people. And now he is confirming the expansion of these people. So I'm glad about that the Supreme Council of Elders are completely adhering and doing according to what we expect them to do. They are expanding, and we wish that they expand more, even to have some representative among them in Europe here, because we have people who warrant and who are qualified by merit to be on that seat of the Supreme Council of Elders. So I'm only saying, please, our brothers, anywhere you hear calls or speeches that has to do with division, that is not a proper voice of a Biafran man. We are calling for unity. Nnamdi is doing a good job, like our brother said, but there is something that you doing the right thing the wrong way. That is only the problem I have with him. He's doing the right thing, but he's doing it the wrong way. We must have to know that there is no other right way to fight for this freedom. The first thing you have to do is to, first of all, get your people together. When we are together, we are not going to, there are people who might be, non-active members of Biafra. They are there. We are not against them. Not everybody will come to the forefront or to the war front if it comes to that, or to the forefront or active role in a movement. But we that want to bring out ourselves, that has decided to give our time, our efforts, our money, even to this struggle, we should be on one platform, or else we will be wasting our time, we will be wasting our money. And I believe God is not going to accept that, because we're not going to be losers. I still, again, open the lines. They are always and already open. So call in and make your own contributions, your own. Give us your take on all what we are discussing. In anywhere you see that we are going wrong to, you are free, without insult, humbly. Tell us where we go wrong. Debate your own fact. Bring out your own argument. If you have the reasonable argument, then we will understand you. The Biafran people will understand you, will accept, and we will go with you. That is what it's all about. That is why this forum is here. Nobody is the teacher here. We are all learners and the teachers of ourselves. That is what we are, and that is the only way we can make it. The meeting is still a reality. 23rd, 24th, and the 25th of October 2014. Just 1 month from now. Let us use that very opportunity to become unified once again. Right now, I don't know where our brother from United States, he was supposed to be with me on this very show, but I know that he's listening at this time. If I should call him up, maybe he will respond, and because we need more, there's no need listening, because we are not teachers. That's what we say. We need ideas. You listen, you communicate. That is what it's all about. I don't think this Skype is on, it's not ringing. But meanwhile, while I wait, I would like to be. Our brother is still there with us. I don't know, but I would like to entertain you a little bit, if you don't mind, while we go on. Maybe this time I'm going to do it with something special. Although we are not closing the show, but I would like to play again the anthem of Biafra to our people, so that they can relax a little bit, and because it's so cool that you relax, you just sit back, put your head back, look up to your ceiling, and enjoy it. That anthem, the voice, the rhythm.
Of their lives and property. the former eastern region of Nigeria had believed, as if it were an article of faith, in the concept of a united Nigeria. No section of the then Federation of Nigeria had worked as assiduously for the attainment of this ideal as did Eastern Nigeria and her people. No section had made as many and varied positive contributions towards the realization of true unity. Having over the years spearheaded the movement for closer union, having demonstrated our faith in Nigeria in concrete terms by allowing our sons and daughters to sojourn in other parts of the country, thereby contributing tremendously to the development of such areas to the neglect of our own, it was a hard decision for us to take to opt out of the federation in which we had invested so much. But we had no choice. Over the years, our erstwhile compatriots had made it clear in unmistakable terms that they did not want us in the Federation. Since the 1950s, our people were expropriated and discriminated against in parts of Nigeria other than their own. Furthermore, the experience of the three harrowing waves of remorseless genocide in 1945, 1953, and especially in 1966, involving a total of nearly 40,000 dead and countless others maimed or destitute, provided an object lesson which could not but be taken seriously. Self-preservation is probably the strongest human instinct, and it is this that has compelled the harassed and persecuted people of Eastern Nigeria to seek refuge in their own home and amongst their kindred. As a proverb of one of our Biafran languages has it, a man who is rejected by others cannot reject himself. The ordinate ambition of the House of Fulani oligarchy to continue to dominate the whole of what was formerly the Federation of Nigeria, the unrealistic desire to acquire the wealth and resources of Biafra while rejecting their people, the mad and homicidal desire to exterminate from the face of the earth 14 million Biafrans, drove Gawan and his clique towards unleashing a costly war to attain the unattainable. The subjugation of this young, even with the vast resources of the former Federation of Nigeria with which to prosecute the war, even with the active collaboration of those international opportunists, Britain and the Soviet Union, an unholy alliance of vested interests, even with the attempt to subvert our government by suborning some of our highly placed military and civilian personnel, an attempt which was foiled at the nick of time, Gawan has failed to make good his boast to crush Biafra. A campaign which he bragged would only take 48 hours to accomplish has now dragged on for almost 5 months and will drag on for as long as it takes Gawan and his clique, both Nigerian and others, to realize that nothing can shake the will or crush the spirit of a determined people. If Gawan's military campaign has achieved anything, it is only a confirmation of the fact that Biafrans have nothing to expect but destruction from the hands of their erstwhile Nigerian compatriots. In the few border towns which fell into the hands of the Nigerian forces, Biafrans were pillaged and what could not be stolen was destroyed, while the men were shot and tortured and the women defiled. Even foreign correspondents have testified to the massive killings of people of Biafran origin and a particular ethnic grouping in the Republic of Benin when that young republic fell into the hands of the Nigerians as a result of treachery. Instead of accepting the fact and the truth which they know, that they forced the people of the former eastern region out of the federation, the Nigerian aggressors have been attempting to dupe the world by claiming that we seceded in order to keep our oil wealth to ourselves. You all know that in spite of our oil and other resources, the former eastern Nigerians were always the greatest advocates of unity. General Iransi, himself an Easterner, was murdered by the northern Nigerians because of his determination to unify the country. For a people who have made such great sacrifices and abandoned their most valuable investments in Nigeria in quest for safety, this is the unkindest thing to say. No, it is the Nigerian leaders themselves who are in fact guilty of what they accuse us of, and have shown beyond doubt that they are only interested in having our resources and not our people. Our detractors have also attempted to confuse African and indeed world opinion by propagating the despicable falsehood that our independence will be a precedent for separation in other African states. They have not bothered to ask themselves, for instance, what was the precedent for the alleged Biafran secession? The truth is that one secession does not necessarily lead to another. Throughout history, there has been a long list of empires that broke up into nations and federations which split into sovereign states. The Union of Great Britain and Ireland, the federations of Mali, Malaysia, West Indies, and Central Africa are recent examples of this. The disintegration occurred on account of unique local factors or to grave linguistic and religious differences. Biafra, however, remains a lesson to all countries of what could happen if they were to unleash a pogrom against a section of their own community. Amongst other spurious arguments trumped up by the Lagos clique is another that Nigeria is a single, interdependent economic unit and that its disintegration would disrupt establishments and leave the separate economies so much poorer. It is true that as between the regions of the former Nigerian Federation, the economic pattern was one of interdependence, but this is equally true of all world economies which are complementary. But this should not make us to try and force unworkable political units on an unwilling people merely to create a large market. It is enough for both states to enter into trade and technical agreements. With more efficient planning